fucking 6 months of the battery from this banana. G'day guys, welcome back to part 2 of this year's racing rant for 2017. I've only got 9 months to go, so I won't be here the whole year. Can't wait. Had a gutful already.
Yeah, well, let's start on a positive note. We had Dozza email in at our...
Dozza, D-O-Z-Z-A?
Yeah, that's him. Paul Day. He's a critic of the show at times, but
Paul Day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is he the one we gave the mounting yard mail to?
Yeah. So he got free mounting yard mail for 4 days.
I haven't tipped that well, so I'll probably screwed him up again. But anyway.
Oh, I think you've tipped okay. Anyway, he did write in straight after the last rant. He said, freedom of speech, passion, emotion, all human qualities. So I've vented through social media, been with you blokes from RaceNet days and semi-pro punter myself, Betfair Revolution and Dynamic Odds, etc. I look to mounting yard mail when meetings are tough or wet, like last week, meaning the Villiers day, to find an edge, but end of the day I'm responsible for my own bets. Thanks for the offer from Glenn, appreciate the empathy and passion he brings in his own unique way. Cheers, Paul Day.
No worries, Paul.
Good one.
Yeah. Well, it's all good commentary, isn't it?
Yeah. Laurie Cadle...
why do I know that name too?
Because he or she or he, I don't know, I think he, has
No, it's not Robert. No. Sorry, I just saw Robert. Just blonde hair. Anyway, what did Laurie say?
He said the new lady in the mounting yard was previously doing the same role for Embracing.com in Melbourne. She's the one that comes on after Ashman and whoever.
Yeah. But she's got an accent, has she? Or
maybe.
Maybe we lost it.
I think she was originally from Sydney. Any good? Not sure. Not as handsome as GP. Keep up the good work.
That's very nice of you, Laurie. I hope you're a girl. Look, I want to make a comment there. Absolutely outstanding as far as tipping, Nick Ashman. Now I know he's a friend of the channel, he's a friend of mine, but have you noticed, Nick? He's putting things at $21. You should be on this. We've never seen this.
Yeah.
And you know what? Full credit
we did actually see a little bit with Duffy once upon a time.
Yeah, but then
and every now and again.
Well, we got, let's face it, we've got Gary Hiley, we've got, Cole Hodges calling races. We put up with a lot. Nick Ashman, he put great orator on top at Goss the other day. It SP'd, they bet $21. He made his best bet of the day. He got the money in the last ride. Look, if you can't afford to buy tips, or you don't want to get involved with us, or whatever, just ring us, whatever. You'll do worse than just following Nick Ashman because he does good form, presents good logic, and he's not yet under the thumb of the TAB and Sky Channel bosses. And stay that way, Nick, because you'll be a bigger success for it. And he's doing a good job. I like the horses he tips.
For me, the greatest thing a tipster or a person can give you is a horse that firms in the market. That's the sign of good information. And most of his horses firm when he says he's taking an early price. That is fantastic information.
Yeah. And on the flip side with the girls, who are basically, most of them are put there. Oh, how can I say this? I always because here I'm going to get in trouble. Look, let's all be fair, Nick. And most of the girls in racing, I mean, I put up with Kathy O'Hara riding horses for 15 years. I'm going to have to put up the next 25 years with her being on TV when she finally hangs up the saddle. She's going to go to the media and it's just going to be more torture. I find all the girls in racing impossible to listen to, lacking in knowledge, and only put there to balance up balance sheets of male, female, and everything, protocols right. I say sacked a lot of them.
Oh, I reckon, is it Bernadette Cooper up in Queensland? She's not too bad.
Yeah, but do you remember Bernadette riding for VP Sullivan and the things we had to cop then? Punters don't forget.
Do you remember I got in trouble?
Punters don't forget. Well, the girl, she's a lovely thing to look at, a little pretty princess blonde girl. What's that? No, she's a dolly too. She's half...
The one that goes down in Canberra with the voice.
She said in the mounting yard mail the other day, Skiles. She goes, all the horses look beautiful. What the fuck is that? All the horses look beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, come on, get them off to...
All right, it's torture for punters. That's
get
what
them a gig at Days of Our Lives or something.
G'day fellas, could not agree more with Glenn re the politics involved with racing.
There we go.
Yeah, while I may not agree with his sentiments re jockeys, it was obviously tongue-in-cheek anyway.
I appreciate you not agreeing with me.
How dare they take away his right to even voice an opinion. See, we're back with the RANT, we're still banging on about this.
We have a right, the stewards are looking at me now, they're all waving at me saying g'day and want to be my best mate after they've completely crucified me because they know deep down they want their children to be able to say whatever they like in this country.
I know it happens in all walks of life, but racing is a law unto itself. I'll just tell you a little story to demonstrate how it works. A few years ago, I owned a racehorse and was temporarily embarrassed for cash. You probably don't know what
I've
that
never
feels
been there.
like.
Oh no.
My horse was spelling and I couldn't I couldn't afford to pay the agistment fees. I decided to feed the kids instead with the little I had.
Good option.
This was only a temporary state of affairs. However, the agistment place wanted their money and went to the AJC, who were in charge at the time, or thought they were, and they just transferred the ownership of my horse to the owners of the agistment property. All neat and tidy. I had no say. But the story doesn't end there. When I became solvent again, I went to see a solicitor and was informed that only a court of law can take property off one person and transfer ownership to another. Unfortunately, when I thought about it, the horse wasn't much good and I really didn't want the debt or the horse back, so I dropped it. I've been sorry ever since. It would have been worth the fight just to pull them down a peg or two. My solicitor informed me the case was a fait accompli. They didn't have a leg to stand on. They've been doing it for so long, even they believed they had the same powers as the Sheriff of Nottingham and were untouchable.
And does that mean that Glenn's Robin Hood?
I'm not Robin Hood. I'm Friar Tuck the skin.
Oh,
Anyway.
I just think, oh, what a great little setup there to, you know, when you have a horse that's no good and you
Can't pay your
you
bills.
owe a few thousand and you can just get rid of it for nothing. That sounds fantastic to me.
But
Anyway.
it
It is classic.
it's juicy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what the race. No one touches the racing industry because it's over to the left there, and no one wants to get involved.
Well, you know, they're talking about the racing industry. We've got these most disgusting ads on Sky, which we all got to watch. It's just torture.
The tab, how much they're giving to the racing industry. Because
We
we're right behind the
Is it
racing
James Cummings? My grandfather always
James,
told me.
mate, that ad. You've got to get
Jesus.
that. Your missus is worth $468 billion. Get her to take that ad off. Do something. Save yourself.
It's mad, isn't it?
Oh,
and
he's
you know,
such a nice boy.
and the tab is required by legislation to actually give that money, to actually earn that money for the racing industry and give it to them. They have to. They don't do it by choice.
There's just so many things like Darren Flindell's doing it now. He's talking, and I know we've been a bit harsh on Darren, and it's not because of Darren. It's mainly because we don't like something. We don't like losing Mark for something inferior. So we've been hard on him. But he does an ad now where he talks about how he got into racing in the early days as a kid, running around, and his father taking him and putting bets on him, and the excitement and the colour. You do that now, and the security grab the kids and take them off the course.
Yeah.
I mean, he was talking about things that are just
They aren't part of racing anymore.
absolutely not part of racing. Children are not allowed on the racecourse.
No. What do you think of the McDonald disqualification? Seems like a squillion-dollar fine for which is in effect an act of stupidity. McDonald is in such an elevated position, he's an easy target, apparently because of his gullibility. It seems the only friends a jockey can have is other jockeys, and then the stewards would get them on a collusion charge. Rumour has it that on the day of the snatch of McDonald by the stewards, he was questioned for over 3 hours without the right to a solicitor or a phone call to his employer O'Shea. Surely this is not legal, and if it is legal, then the practice should be made to cease immediately. A far more realistic result would have been 1 to 2 months suspension plus a very hefty fine. Well, I don't know about fines, because
I'm surprised it was 18 months because by the law it should have been 2 years.
yeah, that was a mandatory sentencing.
Mandatory
They give
sentencing.
discounts for pleading guilty.
Okay,
25%, 6 months off.
there you go.
The stewards can do
See,
that.
that was the reason they had no room to manoeuvre. Mandatory sentencing, whether you're in a court of law or racing, are just the most stupid
garbage.
things in the world because there's always circumstances that should give a judge or whoever's making the decision the ability to adjust to the degree of the crime.
Let's look at the crime, okay? So, he's got to get time for being a dope.
Yes.
You know, like how dopey is he? I remember that day when that horse won, he pumped the air like he just won the Golden Slipper. He just told the whole world to back this. I mean, he can't be. He's a young boy, but he's a boy. Now, what no one spoke about, this boy will never, ever ride again. Ever. Ever. They've just said, oh, here's your $1 million a year lifestyle, and now you're going to go work on a farm for your parents. He's been thinking about horses since he's 10 or 11. He's probably stopped eating at 13 or 14, concentrating on it. He's gone through his years of development to stay a small statute man, and now they're saying, oh, you've got 18 months, go back home. He's working on a farm.
Is he gone? Are you saying he's gone, are you?
If he gets 18 months, he'll never ride again. Don't you guys understand? His body's going to go from 56 kilos to 68 kilos easily in 18 months.
It's happened to tons of them.
To Oldham, and you cannot get that back. He's
Larry,
never...
I can tell you, Larry Olsen, he gave up riding. He went and owned a dairy farm just 30 miles north of where I was at the time. And he went to 75 kilos or something.
He's gonna be like working, getting up. What do people do on farms? You work, don't you?
I tell you what, you're giving him an excuse. If he wants to be a jockey again, and it's due to weight, and he's not willing to put the work in to get the weight off, then stuff him. He's not putting the effort in.
But his body's
but
going to change.
If he's not coming back because he's tainted,
no, he can come. They've been. This is a particularly harsh case, and there should be room to move. We had Chris Muntz go from being in the boob in Singapore and having a lifelong ban forever. Finally came back and racing Queensland and New South Wales, they said, look, fucking no way, he can be licensed here. And in this situation, I think that he needs to get a month's holiday, a kick up the arse, and donate $25,000 to the Children's Hospital, and let's all fucking move on and not destroy a young man's life. It's bad enough they destroyed my life this year with their stupid ruling. They can't destroy this young boy's life over $1,000 bet. Like, let's face it, he's not on the fair getting 10,000 out of things. What do you is he God?
That's the heinous crime, isn't it? That's the heinous crime.
That's the heinous crime. You know,
and when this case came up, everyone went, wow, let's just get a register of jockeys' bets so that we make sure that they're actually back their own horses. We want them to back their own horses. He comes
from a New Zealand stable where you're allowed to back your horses. Yes, he's done the wrong thing. The penalty is too fucking harsh.
Yeah.
It's just too harsh. He's never going to ride again, I'm telling you.
All right, watch this space.
Even billion. if he goes out for 18 months...
You're dead, but...
Oh, yeah, beautiful. Even 2 million. Even 2 million. Oh. He won't ride again. Stewards, Racing New South Wales, Mr. Volandis, come on. This boy can't get 18 months. I hate jockeys, yeah, but I can't think about him. You can't give a young man with a whole life ahead of him, you cannot take that much from him. He would have mortgages, he'd be selling properties.
You know what they always argue, and it's the same in the sporting world with your rugby league, your soccer and everything like that. They do some stuff wrong, and then because they're so obsessed with the image of the game, they get absolutely annihilated. These people are just normal people.
He's had a bet.
That's all it is. There's normal people, give them a break.
We've got footballers that drink their own piss and they get a fucking $1 million contract 3 months later.
Yeah, well, see, I don't.
What's that? The bubbler? Remember the bubbler?
You know what? The people have got to realise.
I only wish I could weed that eye.
Sports people aren't role models.
Yeah.
When they get that in their head, people will stop being so hard on them.
Well, the trouble is, it's about $1 billion marketing, so that's why they're role models. It's role models.
And poor Damien Oliver, you poor bastard. When you come to Sydney, the amount of times I'm going to tell you to send a pension to James McDonald and help him out for the 18 months, I'm going to give it to you, D. Oliver.
Yeah.
Because what you did was disgusting and what James did was stupid.
And he's paying the penalty for what you did.
Absolutely.
Too. Yeah.
Absolutely, and it's just, it's not fair. It really isn't fair. And I think all punters out there would want Racing New South Wales to pull their head in.
Oh, I got a quick story.
What's that say?
Huh?
Who's it?
It's just a number, 0408.
Hello? Yeah, who's this, mate?
I swear to God, he
Hi,
sets up calls at appropriate
how are you,
times.
mate? Look, I'm just doing that Racing RANT show we're doing, and we do a show on the internet. You probably don't even know it, but that's all right. Would you be able to ring me back in half an hour? I appreciate it, Bob.
You know who that was? Mr. Minute.
No, that wasn't Mr. That was Chris from Betfair, and Betfair, they're the best.
I'm telling you the perception of society. So my mate is in divorce, separation, custody sort of situation.
Beautiful.
Okay,
so he's happy.
yeah. But he's like, you know, he loves the horses, and I said, well, bring the kids out to the races, and he goes, oh, I don't think I should.
Why?
And I go, why? And he goes, like, they'll tell their mother that I've taken them out to the races. Maybe that will reflect poorly in the.
How many men
of
are
society,
scared of women?
Oh, jeez.
Like, honestly, what's wrong with us blokes?
By the way, they would have been out there like William Barry. Somebody would have been putting bets on for them, and they would have been having a great old time. But as soon as they told their mum that, imagine what would happen.
Wayne writes, what did he write? I've lost it now. Hi guys, I thought I'd write in to pick up on an email you guys read out a couple of weeks ago. Since that email, I've taken a closer look at SP markets, and I feel I've been asleep at the wheel. On another website, corporate bookies SP percentages are freely available, and it's not great news for punters. I'm seeing 119 amongst the corporates and 117 on the tote. That's a lot less price competitive than it used to be. I don't bet much now, but I follow particular horses. I backed Invincible Knight on Boxing Day, who won the last, of course, at Randwick, and as it had been a slow build-up for the race, the trainer had been nominated and accepting for multiple races, so it appeared he was very keen on the horse first up. Anyway, I went to Bet365 to check out what he was talking about, what I feel he was talking about. I rarely bet early in the market unless I think the market is very wrong. Invincible Knight was solid at 5-2 and then out to 380 at the death. Normally I go fixed, would have taken the 5-2 and ended up with 380, but after his email, I've changed tactics. I went best tote /SP and ended up getting $4.50. Obviously the risk was the horse would be backed in shorter, but when they're framing markets to 130%, how often is that going to happen? So, a few questions. How can any punter turn a profit long-term into markets at 120? Isn't the handicap just too great? Surely the turnover tax alone cannot account for 120% markets. Are corporate bookies no longer taking each other on in price like the airlines do after market share fights render them all temporarily unprofitable? Cheers, Wayne.
I think the corporates have, look, they've tried so many things to win on racing, and they're playing such a smart bunch of blokes framing their markets. Okay, they're okay judges and that, but they're not like, I think they're working so hard at trying to work out a way to get the market right that what do? You push the market out. You might put a bit more per up there, another 5, another 6%. I don't think you'll ever beat 120%.
It's just, like he's talking about one horse, there's lots of occasions in early markets where they are massively wrong in the prices they put up, and you cover your 20% easy.
Yeah, but what is the situation he's actually talking about is, I'm approaching this horse and those mistakes have already been, like, people have already adjusted the market. I'm looking at this market at midday on Boxing Day and everyone's had their go. So do I take the prices on offer now, or do I take a best tote product?
I think a best tote product at the moment,
at that stage,
for the modern era, is not a bad bet. It's about 106, 107%, isn't it?
I guess so. I mean, I agree with you, Gord, that the markets that are available up until 9:30.
It's like, okay, I put my bet on. If I don't think they've made a mistake in the current price that's available, then I don't bet.
You wait.
I wait. And then if there's a price I'm willing to back a particular horse, and if it doesn't get to that, then I don't bet. But he was obviously, if you're keen on one particular horse and you're going to back it no matter what, then I suppose you've just got to take the SP or best tote.
Well, you assess the situation. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that you just can't have fixed rules.
Without getting back to the James McDonald thing, this mandatory,
I know.
it can't be a fixed rule, you know. How can you be? It's always, all courts of law. There's, you know.
By the way, he could come to the races, couldn't he?
No.
No, not James. No, I mean the
bloke.
Yeah.
What do you guys make of centre bets?
Well, the James ain't coming the race.
The stars.
1,500 or something. Yes, again.
What do you guys make of Centre Bet's announcement that they take bets from professional punters for decent amounts? Do you think this is representative of current market practices? Centre Bet actually tweeted me. They said, Mark, we are taking on all punters to win $5,000 on Saturday Metro Racing from 10:30 AM race day. All states hope you get involved.
Yeah, well, isn't that amazing? It's an announcement. It's such a big deal. I remember I used to turn up on the rails when I was a bookie. You had no money in the bag, and I was betting blokes to win 20,000.
Anyway.
Yeah, so they're betting blokes to win 5,000. It's great.
Well, it's different from anyone else.
Well, it is different, but they come from this English thought pattern that was mixed up with Tom Waterhouse's, like, please don't take $1 off me thought pattern.
Yeah.
By the way, we've had other corporates announce things like that and back down very
quickly. Yeah.
So let's see if it lasts. I haven't put on a bet.
I think there's a chance here for a corporate to specialise in. The problem corporates have is they put on 400 different markets. The reason they struggle is they're going to make mistakes. But if they had someone like specialising, like they've got someone like you go in there and run their Saturday things with some staff. You could bet him to win 5, him to win 5, that to win 3, and that bloke's to win 10. Next thing you'd have to have a bloody great book.
Yeah, because they've got not a bad
cash in. It's all numbers.
Not a bad clientele. I mean, they've got a better clientele than the on-course bookies.
What? People just at home clicking. 400 on this, 200 on that. You get the track, someone pulls 200 out of their pocket, 11 people throw a net over him, try and get $20 off it.
Look, I think the gold mine for them is most punters, 95% of people that put money into a corporate account never actually withdraw it. They might win, and then they just bet bigger until they lose it. So whatever's deposited You don't even have to worry about them winning, because you know they're going to give it back eventually.
I think that is a thought pattern of a lot of corporates.
Yeah.
And that's probably proof in the pudding.
That's the way they do, and they gear all their bonuses and special offers towards that kind of clientele.
All right, last couple. A good friend, good friend of the show is. Good friend of the show is Goonie. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, and we're going to get into trouble for this because he sent in a pronunciation post on Facebook. Hi Racing Rant, good luck to all for 2017. Great to see you all back. Just a tip: stick to what you are real good at.
Well, that's something about Archangel? No?
I.e. mounting yard mail, etc. Horses' names can do your head in. Right after Glenn's correct horse name resolution, Mark called RB at Sam, RB at Sam. The correct pronunciation of this horse is Arbitsam, or Arbitsam. It's a German word for industrious. The mother of this horse is called Work Hard. Looking forward to the rest of your shows this year.
Oh, what a good, that's a great email.
Good naming. Yeah.
That's from the previous show, because I was going on about piccolos.
Yeah, yeah. And then
well, they're picking these our little
It was
viewers,
scratched, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hats wrote in.
Oh,
said,
Hats, he's back.
He said, with the Glenn's newest insistence on pronunciation, can someone give him some guidance on Medaglia d'Oro?
What did I say? Medaglia d'Oro? What is it?
Oh, I don't
know what it should be, but Hats, please help us out. Maybe we can have a little audio from you. You know how you can click on the audio button to get the correct
We've
pronunciation.
missed Hats. That's our first Hats now. I think it's Medaglia d'Oro.
Medaglia d'Oro. No,
But Hats
Medaglia d'Oro. I don't know.
Look at that.
But I did say they are freak wet trackers and Lychia bolted in.
Well, there you go.
Yes, that's true.
Another great tip from Racing Rant. So we won't be doing a preview show for Canterbury this week. We're still on sort of summer light. I've got to get away this evening and won't be back.
Well, we'll be back Friday morning.
But we'll be having a special. Well, what are you going to do? Because it's Gosford Cup on Friday. It's Musselburgh on Thursday. If you want to do an earlier preview for Randwick on Saturday, we can do it on Thursday if you want.
Watch this. Watch this space. It'll be done anyway.
Anyway, but we'll be doing a
I might go over to Gosford, eh?
Saturday preview for.
You going up?
Gosford?
Yeah. No?
Yeah.
I got to say hello to Phil. He said hello at the racetrack the other day. Keen punter.
Oh, good on you.
Funny man. Yeah.
Excellent.
People are funny, aren't they?
Excellent.
Anyway,
stay tuned for special guests. Stay tuned for more Racing Rant functions.
Yeah.
When?
Oh no, we're not. I'll just go, yeah.
Oh God.
And anyone there, if you've got a bit of spare time, I think you could all pop off an email in support of J-Mac to Racing New South Wales, because I think all of us deep down think that him 18 months for what he did and $1,000, it's a bit, it's harsh. It's ridiculous.
All right, that's our news resolution. We'll be back.
Save J-Mac.
We'll be back later in the week for a preview of Randwick Saturday. Catch you then.
Just quickly, what about me? I want to save J-Mac, and all he ever does is cost me money, because I can't back him. He's always too short. He does my head in.
You love the underdog. He's now become the underdog.